The Curse of Oak Island Season 5. Non-stop activity hints at Lagina brothers being onto something big. It looks like Rick and Marty Lagina could really be onto something big in The Curse of Oak Island Season 5, with non-stop activity taking place on the island in the past few days at levels not usually seen this late in the year. We told back in September how large amounts of equipment were seen arriving on the island before a huge operation got underway. Then the Season 5 trailer, which we exclusively revealed last month, showed Rick and Marty appearing to suggest they had found the original money pit area. It also showed a chest being opened, a mysterious key being examined, and a historic coin being found. However, with the team still on the island filming later episodes in the season, there could well be more big discoveries to come. Now local resident Karen Publicover, who owns the property just across the causeway on the mainland, has revealed how a large amount of activity was continuing to take place last week and over the weekend, with a lot more people on the island than there usually are at this time of year. Karen, who has lived next to the causeway for around 30 years, said on her Oak Island from the other side of the causeway blog, "Lots of traffic every day until late in the evening every night. It amazes me how many people are on the island, especially this late in the year, and there is no sign of things slowing down anytime soon." She added on her Facebook page, along with pictures of a bulldozer being driven off the island. Another busy week on the island. Non-stop activity that doesn't show any signs of stopping. It was previously revealed by history that Season 5 of The Curse of Oak Island sees a pirate's chest and 3 keys for other chests surface during the season. The appearance of a key and chest shown in the trailer suggests those items may not have been found underground, but rather discovered elsewhere, as they appear to be in relatively good condition. However, the discovery of the original money pit, and being able to somehow confirm it, would be an enormous find for Rick, Marty, and the team. Its true location was lost long ago thanks to repeated digging on the island in the search for treasure over more than 2 centuries. For decades, the infamous Oak Island has lured treasure hunters with tales of hidden riches buried beneath its cursed soil. From pirate gold to the lost treasures of the Knights Templar, the legend only grew more irresistible with each failed attempt to crack the island's secrets. But in Season 5 of The Curse of Oak Island, something shifted, the activity never stopped, and fans couldn't help but feel the Lagina brothers were on the cusp of a major breakthrough. Rick and Marty Lagina had already invested years of blood, sweat, and treasure, literally, into uncovering the island's long-buried mystery. Yet Season 5 brought an urgency and intensity unlike anything viewers had seen before. As the team ramped up their efforts, the entire island buzzed with activity and speculation ignited. Were the Laginas finally closing in on the island's elusive treasure? An island that refused to stay quiet. From the very first episode of Season 5, it was clear the island was teeming with energy. Crews were operating around the clock. Equipment clanked and roared day and night, and new shafts and boreholes opened almost weekly. As the island echoed with the sounds of drilling and digging, the stakes grew higher with each soil sample and sonar scan. The death of their longtime friend and treasure hunter, Craig Tester's son Drake, cast a somber shadow over the season. But rather than stall momentum, it inspired the team to press on with even more determination. They made it clear this wasn't just a hunt anymore, it was a legacy. And that's when the island began to respond. Finds that couldn't be ignored, early in the season, the team made a chilling discovery. A medieval-looking cross unearthed from Smith's Cove, unlike anything previously found. Experts speculated it could be connected to the Knights Templar. The artifact sparked a firestorm of theories. Had religious zealots from centuries ago crossed the Atlantic to safeguard something sacred on Oak Island? More intriguing artifacts emerged from the spoils of new dig sites. Hand-forged nails, odd-shaped stones, and ceramic fragments, all seemingly out of place and undeniably old. The presence of coconut fiber deep underground, once used as filtration material, only confirmed that someone had deliberately engineered structures on this tiny Nova Scotian island discoveries. The depths reveal their secrets. One of the season's major efforts involved the use of massive caisson technology in the area dubbed H8. For weeks, the crew worked tirelessly to sink the giant metal shaft deep into the money pit area. The goal? To recover evidence of the legendary vault believed to contain the treasure. Each foot they descended into the earth increased tension among viewers. When the heavy caisson finally reached depths of nearly 160 feet, the team pulled up timbers that seemed to match 1700's construction. The fragments, still remarkably preserved, hinted that a man-made structure, perhaps even the original treasure shaft, had been hit. Gary Drayton, the team's tireless metal detecting expert, struck gold almost literally when he found a gold-plated button and other military-style artifacts. Could these belong to British officers, or were they relics from Spanish sailors? The mystery thickened as historians and theorists flooded in with ideas, but one thing was certain: the items were not just junk, they had historical and possibly monetary value. Smith's Cove keeps giving. Another focal point of the season was the extensive excavation at Smith's Cove. Using cofferdams to push back the water, the team unearthed an elaborate system of wooden structures, some resembling drains and box-like flood tunnels. The craftsmanship and scale of the constructions indicated that whoever built them had serious engineering knowledge and a critical reason for protecting whatever lay hidden inland. Carbon dating on some of the wood placed it in the 1700s and potentially earlier. The flood tunnels have long been part of the lore, said to be the reason why every attempt to reach the money pit has ended in flooding and failure. Season 5's relentless digging made the unthinkable possible, proving the tunnels actually existed and functioned. Clues from around the world. The Oak Island team didn't just dig on site. They followed the trail across the globe. From exploring Templar connections in France to reviewing maps in Portugal and the UK, the research arm of the operation expanded dramatically. The discovery of a map that hinted at a hidden vault only furthered the sense that something bigger was coming. Marty Legina remained the skeptic of the two brothers, preferring hard science over legend. But even he began to soften as the weight of discoveries piled up. Rick, always the believer, practically vibrated with energy every time a new clue was uncovered. The season of almost. For all the non-stop activity, Season 5 was ultimately a season of almosts. The team almost broke into what they believed was the original money pit vault. They almost confirmed the flood tunnel system's exact configuration. They almost connected the cross to the Templars. But perhaps that was the most telling detail of all. Every artifact, every timber, every whispered rumor that suddenly gained new life almost was starting to mean something. Because in past seasons, almost meant a dead end. In Season 5, it meant another door creaking open. What it all might mean. As the season ended, it was impossible to ignore the feeling that the island was finally ready to surrender its secrets. The activity wasn't just about the digging, it was about momentum. A shift had occurred. Where other treasure hunters gave up after a few failures, the Legina brothers refused to walk away. And the island, it seemed to respect that. For fans, Season 5 was a thrilling, frustrating, and emotionally rich ride. The curse loomed as always: 7 must die before the treasure is found. But hope had never felt more alive. The finds were no longer just anecdotal, they were factual, dateable, and building a narrative. Perhaps the real treasure isn't just gold or relics. Perhaps it's the story itself, the weaving together of hundreds of years of human ambition, devotion, and obsession. The Laginas aren't just chasing a prize, they're chasing the truth.